first player in 74 years to score 4 goals on Robinson.
No shit. There you go. I believe we're live. Just in the starting screen. We're live in the starting screen. Wow.
All that, huh?
We're live in the starting soon screen.
Turn off notifications.
Hey, can y'all post on the Twitters, on the social Twitters?
I got you.
Vamos a. Let me put up the chat. Hold on, fuck the chat. My chat.
I'm gonna post on Twitter because I don't have IG social.
Do it.
Let's see.
But Auda, right there on that left-hand side, Taylor Boyd on the right-hand side. They're gonna.
Shout out to Glenn in the chat.
Fuck Glenn. Could have been at dinner, pussy.
Should have been at dinner. That dinner was good too, man. I missed it.
Yeah.
Papa.
Yeah.
I know it was dope, man. I love
What
Korean
dinner?
barbecue.
Not invited to this dinner.
Let's
I
see.
low-key ate too much though.
Yo, I'm feeling the same way right now.
I could see it in your eyes, baby.
I can see it in your eyes. You ain't. Damn, I sound like Drake.
The kids be. Hey, I Drake though.
Real shit. I need people to go back and fact check Angel, because see, every week he says, "Oh, I called it right. I called it right."
Yeah. No, like everything, though.
Every week is like, "Oh,
I've been saying
that's
it.
right, yeah,
I've been saying
that's what I
that.
said."
I was right.
He knows that none of us are gonna go back and be like,
Yeah,
"Ah."
no. It's also Angel. No, that's right.
I'm giving you shit, Glenn. I miss you. I'm
For
giving you
real.
more shit because you didn't invite me to your concert.
Hey, that concert was everything, though. I'm telling you, like, I'm telling you, that concert was everything,
Hey,
bro.
man, it's just like you had to be there, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but I
should have
wasn't
been
invited.
there. So. Yeah, you were.
Oh,
Yeah, you were. Cap, you were
I
invited.
wasn't invited, so it's
You
cool.
were invited. That's cap as fuck. You're definitely invited. You trying to play
Hey,
hard
is the
to get,
new
dog.
is the new green and black cat up for sale already?
It should be.
Yeah, I'm buying. Rico's Pizza wants to know what's up. Did anybody buy that new green and black cat? I did
Not
not,
yet.
but I will be. I will be.
I haven't copped anything since we've been on this protest boycott.
Me neither, though.
I've been dying to, though.
I really like that fucking jersey.
Yeah, I like a lot of what they're dropping right now. I'm not gonna lie.
The jersey I got right here, baby.
The one you won?
Come on, baby.
Que rico, los Clippers getting eliminated. It says cum bucket. I mean sponge bucket 23.
Sponge bucket? Who's that? Buki bitch ass?
Damn, it's translating onto here. Hijo de puta.
I mean,
So,
I'm
y'all
not
good?
surprised, baby. You already know.
Hey, you guys were up at the half. It's 111-94,
Bro,
baby.
third quarter Clippers is a real thing. Look at the third quarter box score. It's a real thing. It's been a real thing all season long. Regardless of that, we got no Kawhi, no PG. This shit was not gonna happen for us. It's not gonna happen for us, and I'm okay with that. Bookie thinks he's actually saying something.
Vaya mierda.
Like,
I took the bait. Must have took the bait for
Take the
sure.
bait. You took the bait, baby. Let it go. Let it out. Let it out if you're gonna take the
Must
bait.
have took the bait for sure, dog.
I'm in a good mood, dog. I had a good dinner with my boys.
Yeah, mad love, yo.
Yeah.
Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Masa and George, man. Dinner was dope. Randomly on a Tuesday night, some Korean barbecue with the boys. Had some beers and soju. Yeah, feeling right, man.
I
don't know,
might have one
I'm
stored up in
feeling
there. I
it.
don't know what I got though.
He on the
I ain't-
Greg Kool-Aid right now. That's what
I ain't drinking. I ain't drinking, but I ain't smoking.
Right here. The first thing I made when I walked in this motherfucker.
Cafecito?
Masa got the cafecito. I got the undisclosed Dodger Cup.
What's up, Mr. Antonio Banderas? What's up, ho?
Are you
What's
related to the other Banderas? What's his name?
Antonio Banderas?
Antonio. Yeah, absolutely, right.
Are you Mr. Puss in Boots? All right, boys. We'll be going cameras on in about 3 minutes here at 9:10.
Hey, this episode's gonna be a little fun for y'all that are here on the chat. It's gonna be a little fun. We're a little
We're a little loose right now.
This ain't sunglasses, but it's as close as y'all ever gonna get.
Yeah. No. It's definitely a loose episode. Again, we all rushed back from dinner. Ooh, that's what it looked like. Yeah, y'all gonna see. I'm a little faded. I'm not even gonna cap. Though. When y'all see my face, y'all gonna see I'm a little faded. But we're gonna put on a good show. That's because we finally. I mean, you know what? I mean, it is gonna be the best episode this season so far. We finally got a fucking result, man. We got a fucking result.
Oh damn, never mind. We were thinking very different. I said because Angel's not here. You thought because we.
See,
Oh,
I mean,
they go with negativity, dog.
for real.
I mean,
but we're both right.
honestly
But we're both right.
it's honestly a negativity.
I see no lies. I hear no lies.
Damn,
US uppercut
first
set
out of
right
US
now.
uppercut. It's fire.
Oh man, we gotta talk about that soon too. Actually, I'm bringing it up right now in the beginning. I want to talk about that actually. Actually, I do want to talk about US Open Cup, and I do want to talk about Leagues Cup. When is that start? We know dates for that?
What, Leagues Cup?
Yeah.
Don't kill them. Nah, I don't give a fuck, to be honest. Me pelan todos muchísimo la verga.
Eso, baby.
And I think I was looking at getting a suite for the family for G's game in August.
Okay.
No, not in
Okay.
August. And,
Yeah. For our
I
birthdays.
think the month before. What's before August? I'm not good with months. I need to go back to school. July.
Yes, food, yes.
Okay. So in July. No, I'm tripping, bro. I gotta go back to the calendar. Hold on. Give me a second. The point is,
yeah.
You
Leagues
struggling, baby?
Leagues Cup is sometime in the summer.
Rico's Pizza
Nah,
says
hold on.
Leagues Cup is July 25th and July 29th according
Oh,
to
so
the
I was right.
emails.
Okay, so
I
I was looking
appreciate
into getting a suite, right? And I had picked the time in July, but then I realized it was for Leagues Cup game. I was like, yeah, I'm not in.
Absolutely not.
So the next date was August 26th against the Fire. But there's in July, Leagues Cup. That's what I was trying to say. I forgot where I was going with that.
Yeah. All right, man. We're about 1 minute, so we're gonna go ahead and do cameras on. Kill the music, the cameras on. Let's start the show. Let's bullshit a little bit. We might lose structure today. I'm feeling a
It might
little.
be better. I'm gonna get the Kings
Feeling
on
good.
the side. Let's see ESPN.
Here we go. Let's switch over to.
Make sure the
NHL.
Kings are NHL. Damn, the Kings are getting whopped.
All right, and with that note, I'm gonna take off comms.
Yo, what up? And welcome to another episode of Straight from the Stands, an unapologetic, unofficial LA Galaxy podcast, hosted by 4 my supporters who bring you their thoughts and views on everything related to LA Galaxy, straight from the stands. I am your co-host Smarts, alongside the always angry Angel, his counterpart level-headed George, and the man with the facts, Masa. This is Straight from the Stands.
Good evening.
What up, fellas?
What up, babies?
How we doing? How y'all feeling? How y'all eating?
I'm full of shit. I
feel
am full.
amazing. Shout out to our boy Tony.
Yeah.
We had dinner right now because he's dipping this weekend to Arizona permanently.
Best of luck to you, Tony. He
Uh,
fucks with
Yeah.
you.
Sad boys though. Gonna miss you, but
Mm-hmm.
best of luck. Well, that's the same. Go on, go on.
so good luck to him, and we had some dinner with them. We had him stressing because we let him know that he was gonna
So
pay the
so
tab.
tell him how we got to this dinner. A little quick story.
Now you, because it was your,
All right,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
it's a
bet, so
backstory.
you gotta
I
break it
made a
down.
couple bets during the World Cup. Shout out Gio. I ended up getting the Galaxy jersey because of Gio. And another bet that I got was through Tony. We bet something, he lost, and I was like, all right, let's go out to dinner. Cool. It took a while, and then it ended up prolonging up until like a week before he left, and we're like, "Fuck it, let's go to Korean barbecue." And then we extended the invite to the homies, and then we all came through,
Except
and
Buki.
we made it a nice little going away dinner. So he was stressing before going into the dinner because we told him the tab was on him since he lost the bet. Long story short, we never gonna make him pay. But best of luck to you, Tony. We
Yeah,
fucks with
man.
you. I know we're always gonna see you on the pod. We're always gonna talk, but good luck in everything that you do.
Yeah, man. Definitely. Best of luck in your new adventure. And also thanks for fucking getting us together. Right, we ended up fucking having dinner on the
Yeah,
whim,
so
so that
dope.
show's tight as fuck. Yeah, yeah. That's today, but was good. How was the weekend? How was your 420, Masa?
Oh, 420 was amazing.
Hey, yo,
Dog.
what the fuck y'all talking about? It's not the weekend. Y'all talking about some bullshit.
Yo,
That's
man,
when my weekend
that
started. That's when my
you know what I
weekend
mean?
started.
And
All
plus,
right.
we observe all holidays here, so
Okay.
that's
So for
Okay.
for 420 is dope
Okay.
because usually when artists I like come into town, I like to extend the
Uh-huh.
invitation and
The homies went out without me is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Is what I'm trying to get to.
so I fuck with Flatbush Zombies heavy, and Zombie Juice, a member of Flatbush, was dropping dropped a solo album on 420, and he had a show here at the Peppermint Club in LA, and I was like, who's trying to roll? And Rudy's never heard anything, and Glenn, shout out to Glenn in the chat, and Rooney were like, we're down. So I ended up copping 4 tickets, and
Damn, crazy, huh?
on
Because I would
420.
be 5.
I mean, if you would have said you were down, I
Nah,
would
it's
have
cool.
copped you a ticket.
Nah, it's cool. Keep telling your stupid story.
So for 420, we ended up going to the Peppermint Club, and this fool performed, and he was on like it's a positive vibe, bro. Like it's just a good
Yeah.
vibe, like a good feeling, and he's performing shit from left field, like like that shit was amazing.
He
He
would
was
think he
Because
was
how,
having a girl, huh? As a human?
he,
huh?
Nah?
I couldn't hear you. Sorry.
No. Let's go. Keep going. Keep going.
I think my ears are still 420. Shit was loud in there, you know. And nah, man, it was a dope ass show. He brought out Flatbush. He brought out the
Yeah.
underachievers. Um,
Keep
Beast
going.
mode.
and you know, he smoked a little bit. Had a good time.
Smoked a little bit.
Had a good smoked a little bit. Had a good time. And yeah, it was dope, man. He even crossed our paths with them, and he stopped by to say what's up, shook everybody's hand.
Yeah, dapped him up.
It was
That's what's
super
up.
dope.
Yeah, and yo, I had been invited to Peppermint Club for like 2 things prior to this, and I had missed out for one reason or another. This is my first time Peppermint Club. Like, yo, that's a spot to see an artist. That's just mad small,
Peppermint's Club's known
intimate.
for
Like, yo, that's just
for
really
Dave
dope, man.
Chappelle. It's known for Dave Chappelle crushing
Yeah,
that shit. Yeah.
yeah. Well, first time there, and that's a dope ass little venue. It's small, but it's real dope as shit. I fucks with it. Yeah, super dope. And then the weekend, George, I kicked it with you over the weekend.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
I extended the invite to all the homies because that's the type of person I am. You know, I'm a great person. I extend the invite to everybody. But yeah, we watched Saturday was crazy because the Lakers were going on, the Galaxy was going on, fucking Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia was going on. We literally had we had iPad game. We would switch from one thing, go to the other. But yeah, it was so dope. Jesse came through, Marvin came through, Rudy came through. We had a couple of heads. It was dope. Like we drank a couple beers, had a cool time, and everyone had fun. We saw some Coachella. Everything happened tonight. It was super fun.
Yeah. Man, so
How'd you do?
I mean, I was with both of y'all in two separate nights. So that thank y'all for fucking for the invite and for hanging out. Super dope, man. So that was the weekend, and then on Sunday I kind of just kicked it because you know, I mean, I'm old and that was a lot. that was a whole lot. Kicking it, man, and then and overall a good weekend, right? The G's finally got a fucking dub, so that was good. Mikey Garcia didn't lose, so that was good. You know what I mean? It was all kinds of all kinds of amazing things.
Jack,
No. Let's keep pushing. Come on.
Yo, we were going, no. I have to talk about this one for a second.
Keep it pushing.
All going around doing shot bets, mind you. It's Ryan Garcia versus Tank Davis.
Oh,
I had
shit.
Tank.
Uh-huh.
Had Tank, and then 3 people had Ryan Garcia. 2 people said Ryan Garcia prior.
Uh-huh.
And then when it got to Rudy, he's like, yeah, I got Mikey. And we looked at him like,
Nah, you know what?
Yeah.
Y'all acknowledged me, but with y'all acknowledged me with a look, and when y'all give me that look, I was like, what did I just say? Like what did I just say? Like, and I realized,
George, was it the same look at Laces? I don't want to bring this up from a couple last season about the World Cup.
No, because Rudy understood what he said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I knew I fucked up.
At Laces, it was more like, nah,
I was coerced. I was coerced. Yo, we actually got real messy. Point is, ended up hanging out with y'all. It was a good night. I confused Ryan Garcia for Michael Garcia, and I made a double shot bet for some reason. Good nights. It was a fun time. Chill for as crazy as it was very chill. So shout out to both of y'all for fucking having me. That being said, let's get into it because we got some shit to talk about. Yesterday was a big day.
No, it wasn't.
No.
Chill. Let me paint the picture. Let me paint the picture.
Keep the energy you had going into the day before you talk shit. Keep that energy before you had going into the day. What was it a big day for?
Oh, me or Rudy?
Yeah, go for it, baby. Come on, go. I'll go for it. I'll paint the picture. I'm saying, listen, yesterday is supposed to be a big day, right? I mean, Masa was hyped from the AM. I'm talking jump from early. About yesterday.
I was on my phone from like since I woke up, basically.
Masa Furioso is what he was yesterday.
We're all waiting for the Masa. Here we go, because yesterday was MLS transfer deadline, and frankly, like one of the last times this year we're going to be able to make a big move. A move outside of the league and a move for an international player. So yesterday was expected to be a big day, right? Here, actually, let me ask the question, Masa. What is the one type of player we needed yesterday? We need to pick up. We had one player to pick up. What was it?
One position.
A winger.
George, you agree with that?
Winger.
Yeah, all right. I think that's unanimous, right? We all expected to have a winger come in, but it's relatively quiet. And then we hear Paul Arriola.
Yep.
Boys, I'm sold. I hear about that, right? Here, let me set it straight. When we hear about it, we also hear that it got rejected. Dallas did not entertain, but the Galaxy was still pursuing. At least that's what we heard. But I'm sold, man. If they could pull that through, like that's it. You don't need to bring anybody else.
Agreed.
To me, it was more like when I saw that, it was more like, okay, we probably not getting an international player, or we couldn't, right? Because that rumor came out about Marco Gru or whatever. So I see the Paul Arriola tweet. I'm like, okay, maybe we're gonna have to find someone here in MLS.
Mm-hmm.
And then I read the tweet fully, and it said one of many transfer targets.
Right.
And I was like, okay, if because it's gonna be hard to get Paul Arriola from Dallas, because he's a key player there. I'm like, okay, maybe if this shit doesn't land, we still have options in the winger position, is what I thought.
Mm-hmm. And
so here peep game, right? Like, so this comes out and I start reading some of the comments on a couple of the articles and following the thread, and Dallas themselves or Dallas fans themselves are are kind of okay with this, right? Apparently he's not had a good start of the season, and there's somebody else who's riding him pretty close and is fighting for a position, right? So like they're not too upset about this. So I read that and because when I first read it, I was like, okay, I don't think this is happening. I start reading the comments, start reading how their fans are reacting to it, and I'm like, okay, maybe there's something there. Massa comes in here with some theory crafting, right? And he's like, Efra didn't play. Efra wasn't in the 18 of the weekend. He didn't play for Mexico. Right? So now he's juicing this up. In my head, now I'm thinking we're going to figure out some way where we're going to send him a whole shit ton of money and Efra. We're going to get a dope ass, we're going to get rid of Efra. So I'm hype about this, though. And then we get the fucking news, right? We signed a fucking player, boys. We signed a fucking player.
Well, we get an
LA
international
Galaxy.
spot first.
Oh, yeah. Yep, my bad. I skipped that.
Get an international spot from New York for GAM from next year.
For next year. Yeah.
For next year, not this year.
That gets you hype, Massa? You thinking we got somebody?
You know what? I didn't see that. I didn't see the signing. I mean, I didn't see the. So I tried to be on my phone, but I'm working, right? So I didn't see the international spot. I saw the signing first.
Okay.
And it's Gino Vivi, and I was like, okay, we got an international spot in my head, and we signed Gino Vivi. I did not put 1 and 2 together because this whole time I could have sworn this fool was born here.
Right.
That's all.
Right, because he went from school out here, right?
Yeah.
Well, it turns out we did get an international spot for some GAM money, as Massa said, for next year or next year's GAM money. And it was for Gino Vivi. Super draft pick. We signed him for 1 year with a 3-year club option, or three club option years. So I guess we could sign him up every year for the next 3 years.
Yep.
And he does occupy an international spot, Costa Rican player. Not bad. I understand we're looking for. Like I was under the impression we'll still probably have another player signing, but I thought this was good.
I did too.
Yep.
I'm not mad at the signing at all.
Me neither.
It's early still.
Yep. So we signed him. Not bad. I'm fucking with this. This is good. Let's see what else. Next thing up. Have you ever heard of a defender by the name of Mauricio Cuevas? Ring a bell?
I do.
Ring a bell?
He sounds very familiar.
He's one of the kids who left when we had like an exodus of young players leave under what's his name? Dutch GM that we had for a little bit. DTK. So one of the kids that left, hey, turns out we're gonna acquire him from his club in Belgium, Club Brugge. Yeah,
do you remember how much we let him go for?
Free.
A whole lot of nothing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure that we know that.
Yeah. Yep. But it's a kid that we didn't want to lose, right? Like it's again with Yuli and
100%.
And the other kid, his name escaped me, that we didn't want to lose. But he ended up leaving, and now we were getting him back. Again, I'm not another signing that I'm not mad at, right? Because these kids, they're gonna fight for it, and that's I'm looking for some more depth. So these 2 signings not bad depth. Oh, we're looking to be in the 3-5-2. I think Cuevas makes a lot of sense because he can play both sides on the left and the right. So I'm not mad at this. Well, I'm not mad at it until about like 9:30. And nothing. I mean, not even a fucking hints of rumor that Hughes are gonna pull anything. I mean, what was it? At 10:09, Massa tweets out a meme, and if y'all don't follow at Massatelli on Twitter, go check that out. He says, "Yeah, he's not cooking shit at LA Galaxy." What? Hey, oh my fucking god! You know that meme with the guy poking a stick and says, "Do something." I know I use it often for the Galaxy, but once again, do something.
Let me preface by saying we're not mad at the 2 signings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more mad about the fact that we're getting players that we let go for free, but that's neither here nor there. This has no shade to Vivi Vino or
Vino.
Cuevas. No shade to that at all. But we're
Yeah.
looking for a starting piece after our coach and sporting director has led us in plenty of interviews talking about, oh, we're looking at players and this transfer market is very hard with quote unquote, I'm paraphrasing this, teams fighting for relegation. Automatically, your head goes to Europe. Teams in cup battles, meaning smaller cups. Listen, we're not looking for the top five in
Yeah.
Europe.
We don't have
Players.
DP spots.
That's not. We understand that. We get that. But when you tell us that and you give us that type of hope, once again, no shade to these two players that we signed, and not even rumors come out. The rumor that we got is a rumor from in the States. So you're in interviews talking about this, and that when we're not even being rumored to anything on the other side of the pond. Nothing. It's not even close. The closest thing we got, listen, we're all okay with not being rumored to that and getting Paul Ariola. We all talked amongst ourselves and be like, you know what? That's a piece that could immediately adapt to the squad and we could play. That's fine. Yep. That's what we need. That's what we're looking for. But then when we get these two players that in the last 10 minutes, we're talking about depth. It's been the common word, depth. That is fine. That means, A, you're either banking on Costa completing the way that he's doing, or you're okay with what we got right now. And if you're okay with what we got, listen, you're the man in charge. You're at the helm. You've been at the helm prior to this. You've been at the helm from the beginning of the season. You knew what we've gotten into. It's not like 2 weeks ago, they told us you got a sanction. You can't sign players in the summer. And now you're like, oh shit, what are we going to do? You understand what we're in right now. You get you get our situation. You're very good at press conferences. You're very good at talking that talk. We've been rumored to a lot of people, even when we made up shit, but there's still rumors there. This is the biggest window for the Galaxy this season. And we couldn't get a hint of anything. The closest thing we got was rejected. And this is what you're giving us. If you're looking yourself in the mirror, Greg Van, if you think this is good enough, keep looking in that mirror because you ain't shit. And I'm sorry to say that, but you understand the hand that you're dealt. You understand what we got. This might have not been in your 5-year plan, but this is something that you need to be doing. This is something that you got to deal with.
So here it is, right? Like I don't think it's that simple, right? I don't think it's that simple. I share the disappointment though. Like I'm with you right there, right? Because this team like legit like needed another piece, another starting piece, right? Because you can't bank on Costa. Simply that. You just can't bank on Costa, right? And what we have for depth is not good enough for a starting piece. I think it's good enough for depth, but not for a starting piece.
Mm-hmm.
So like we needed something. So I'm mad disappointed on this shit. But I don't think it's as simple as Greg not trying to bring somebody in, or not like looking to bring somebody in, or not trying to bring somebody in. I really believe that. Like, listen, it's plain fucking simple, right? Everybody knows the Galaxy is bent. They're over a barrel right now. They're bent over because they can't make a move in the summer, so they have to pay this window. How much money do we have? Not a lot, right? And I know we're carrying dead weight right now. We're still carrying some dead weight right now, but contracts are contracts, and you can't just void a fucking contract, right? So there is restrictions there to start off, and you're bent. So teams can ask you for whatever the fuck they want, and you have no fucking wiggle room because you're bent. I don't think it's as easy as picking up the phone saying, "Hey, I want this player. Bring me that player at whatever cost."
100%.
We don't have the money, and we don't have no leverage to negotiate. Like we're bent. Could they done better? 100%. I think they should have done better from the jump, right? Like when we started the season. Our first episode, one of the biggest rants we had was the fact that we had no signings, and it was already the week before the start, right? It was the week before the Rose Bowl
pushing this window.
Yep.
This window was pushed really big.
Yeah, no, I agree that it's a failure.
It's underwhelming because we've always had rumors. Even if it was like, listen, I'd be okay with a lot of European rumors that we had with Guardiola, and it doesn't pan through. Because you know what? We see that. Sometimes those rumors don't mean 0%. But the fact that we see it kind of gives us some hope and like, okay, our front office is doing something. There's some type of talks there.
But see, like here, would you have been happy if we would have got like a serious rumor with Isco, or who's the other player because a lot of times
it doesn't fit what we need right now.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of times when those rumors come about our players just like that, right? How many times have been rumored with like strikers? One Shetty's has been our guy, right? Like those are rumors that have come about. So I'm not necessarily upset about that, right? Because it means we weren't poking in those areas because we don't need to be poking in those areas right now, right? Like so, like part of me like takes that and I'm like not upset. I am upset the fact that like it was the day of when we hear about Paulo Arriola. Right, because you should have been trying to massage that shit like the whole time there, because that's inside the league. So my opinion is they should have been trying to massage that shit. Maybe put it out in the press, right? You know, a homecoming. Put it in his head. You know, grow some, like do something, right? Like listen, you no leverage here, but we did none of that. Like there was nothing there.
You're already doing more and saying more than what they did. Like
yeah.
It's like come on, like,
I know
we're not getting paid 6 figures to do this shit. Like. You give me like it's what pisses me off is what we get fed. The word that we get fed, that's what pisses me off. That's what leaves me pissed off. And that's why I'm going after one person, and it's the person who's giving us these words, the person that's talking. I've always said this man's good with words. He knows what we want to hear. He knows what it is. Yo, but you're coming up very short.
No, but he's not though. But he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not. Listen.
This spring window. So this spring window was his biggest window.
Doesn't matter.
How does that not matter?
It doesn't matter, right? Because his first year, we were in there and we missed playoffs one game. The second year, we hosted a playoff game and we went to conference semifinal.
Where are we at this year that we have, you think?
Doesn't matter, right? Like what happens at the end of the year, like where we get there at the end of the year, that's like, and then the whole thing is your fault. Right, because right now we're yapping because we're winless in 7 and we finally got a fucking victory, right? So like I understand something, but again, it doesn't mean shit because if you
we yapped last year until they threw a Hail Mary and got Ricky and Brugman.
Doesn't matter, but it doesn't matter, right? Because it doesn't matter because we got to the conference semifinal, and that's all that really matters.
I'm not discrediting what happened last year. But I'm saying we yapped last year with a window still open. We're yapping now with both windows closed.
Yeah, I know. Again, and it doesn't matter, right? Because if he could pull it off with the roster he has now, it doesn't fucking matter. If it doesn't, a lot of it falls on him, right? Because again, what I do agree with is that if option A or option B or option B weren't available, then let's go after C or D, right? Like let's figure something out. Don't get yourself back into like with horrible contracts, but like let's get something in because we need something in and we haven't done that. We had time, knowing especially that windows are closed. But again, right now, as it stands, it doesn't fucking mean anything, right? And especially doesn't mean anything. It moves the conversation to here, right? Because we understand I think it's a disappointment of a window, especially because of the repercussions that we don't have a secondary window, at least not an international one, right? Maybe something within the league, and again, I was throwing some shit out there before dinner of what I think we could do in the summer. I'll bring that up in a second. But potentially our biggest window, or the window that we really need to make moves to make this roster be something, in my opinion, was a wash. You know, didn't do shit right. So it is what it is. That's the team that we have right now. Is the team that we have. And we're seeing them at the real low stages versus Houston. And we're seeing them flying pretty fucking high, definitely against Austin and at points versus Levis. What is Gino Vivi and Cuevas into the squad? What's the thoughts? Give me thoughts on our roster right now. Right, I forgot to mention our goalkeeper, our goalkeeper that we picked up from Polish keeper, is it Polish keeper? I might be fucking it up. But the keeper don't have that note on me. Actually, I do have it. Give me 1 second. The keeper got a visa, so he's in as well. Making us, definitely compliant in goalkeeper positions because now we have 3 goalkeepers. What are we? Give me thoughts on the roster. Where are we at? At least until summertime, this is what we're rocking with. How you feeling?
Listen, we've been 7 games deep. 7 games?
Mm-hmm.
7 games deep.
8 with
Games, this is our 7th one? Or 8th one?
It was the 8th one. 8th one, yeah.
Out of those 7 games, one's an outlier in a rivalry game.
Mm-hmm.
The other 6, I think, haven't been great. One has been good, really good. And that's banking on a lot of things that happen good.
What didn't happen? Oh, actually, no, don't go there yet. Don't go there yet.
Do I think that we can continue this moving forward? I don't. Because out of 8 games, 1 we're throwing out and 1 was really good. So out of 7 games, we had 1 good game.
But again, we simplifying that a lot.
Huh?
You're simplifying that way too much again.
How?
Though,
No,
right?
How am I simplifying? We went unbeaten. We went winless into 8 games.
Yeah.
We're very good about saying we've been unbeaten in 7 games when we draw 6 games and win 1. We're really good about saying that. But
yeah,
let's
but it's not that simple. No, I agree, but it's not that as simple as you're saying it, though, right? Because what you're saying is like the squad that played the really good this weekend has not been available. Period. That squad that played the squad that
hasn't
played
been available. That who?
Let's go with right back and left back. Let's go with Costa is missing games for a red card. Let's go with Cheech. Right? Those players have not been a constant in that team that was winless on 7.
Okay.
So it's not that simple, right? Like because those elements made a difference.
But when we go unbeaten in 7 and we have these type of similarities because we don't go unbeaten in 7 with the squad that we have. We go unbeaten in 7 with squad that we need to make because these things happen. We need to play with these type of things. The
with that many?
Okay, but the issues that you're underlying are issues that we are going to have. If we lose a right back
with that amount,
but if we lose a right back or if we lose a winger, tell me our depth. Tell me where we're at.
I think we're better now, though, right? Because of the pieces we brought. Because I think the depth got better. Like we didn't get our starters got any better. I think our depth got better, right? Especially if we're looking at the 3-5-2 that we kind of deployed, right? Because Cuevas now works both on both ends.
3-5-2 is contingent on who we're playing.
But again, the 3-5-2 that they deployed was often a 4-4-2. What was then a 4-3-3?
It played as
and then it was a 3-5-2. Like it deployed as a 3-5-2 originally, but within game versus Austin, who again, I don't think Austin's a bad team. They switch formations quite often, right? And
I might be getting ahead of myself, but the heartbeat of the team has been who?
Pooch.
Okay.
And Bruman.
We have a big test coming up.
Yeah,
I'm getting ahead of myself because I know we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah,
we'll see.
So here, actually, let me do this. Masaki, give me thoughts on the squad now after window closing.
Same shit to me. I
So,
mean, it's average. We have 1, 2, 3 above average MLS players on the squad.
Here, let me do this,
and
right?
And the rest is average. And then, to me, what we're missing, and we're still missing, which is fucking pathetic, is an important piece to complete a squad that we did not get, knowing months that we needed that position filled.
I think
it hasn't been fucking 2 weeks. It hasn't been 1 week. It's been fucking months. And you're telling me you couldn't fucking do your due diligence and find a fucking winger?
They couldn't.
That's pathetic.
And
that's
I agree.
pathetic.
Okay, I agree with that.
Like you said, we don't have money to buy within MLS, but we have money to buy out of MLS. And you could have easily. It doesn't fucking matter.
It does.
No.
It does.
No, because if you can't afford in Europe, then you go down south. There ain't no fucking excuses.
Where do we go? Where did Caligari come from, and where does fucking Aude come from?
South America.
And we were able to bring them in because we used those mechanics, right? So like it wasn't like those mechanics weren't used, and we're out of those. So what's next?
You figure that shit out, bro. Like
okay, but I'm saying like
you
see,
keep
like
making
and you keep simplifying it, and you guys keep simplifying it when it's not that simple.
It's simple. You telling me you couldn't find one in 2 months?
When
They
did
Garcia
didn't.
leave?
So you telling me that there was no intention of getting one? Like you're telling me that they did not look for another winger? Is that what you believe?
But we don't know if they did as well.
No.
Okay, fine.
I believe they did, but the fact that they couldn't lock it in,
it's trash.
It's stupid.
Yeah, I agree. But you can't tell me you can't believe it.
Because to me, like, we wasted money where we shouldn't have.
With who?
What's the point of bringing this fucking goalkeeper? I don't care how good he might be. I do not give a fuck.
No.
Jonathan Klinsmann played with a broken fucking finger, and he's still playing. And he's doing a fucking good job. What was the point of bringing this fucking goalkeeper?
I got theories on that. I got theories on that.
Efrain Alvarez still on this fucking team.
Who's gonna take him?
You talking about a big chunk? Then buy him the fuck out if you don't have the balls to buy out Costa.
So you're gonna waste that buyout on a 700K that you can carry.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
That's not that again. Like, see, super simplifying it because that's not a really good business move. That's just because that guy sucks, and I agree. He shouldn't be on the squad, but he has a contract.
Bro, there's so many things that you can fucking do to make this shit work, to find what you gotta find.
Bet.
And it's not fucking possible for 2-3 months when Grancier dipped that you could not find.
But it's not the issue.
You had time. What, a winger?
No. The issue is not the fact that you don't want a winger. The issue is not the fact that you don't know the prototype of the winger that you want. The issue is the fact that you
fucking wait till the last day.
Because I don't think they did. Because I don't think they did. I don't think they fucking did, Masa. That's the fucking thing. That's what we know. But I guarantee you, like,
what we do know is que le faltan huevos because you're already scared that the wingers that you brought in last time didn't work out. So you don't want to make the same fucking mistake. You got to take
that's an
risk,
assumption,
bro.
That's an assumption. That's an assumption right there.
It's not.
That's an assumption.
Then
that's
why
an assumption.
Be scared?
Why do you think they're scared? Again, I told you. Galaxy's bet.
You're not gonna hit 100% of your fucking signings, no matter what fucking team you are.
Again, but we're assuming that there was no intention of signing anybody.
The way the transfer market ended, bro, 100%.
How did the transfer market go look at transfer happening yesterday and tell me a lot move.
Most of the teams are set because they fucking could buy in the summer. We don't have that luxury. We don't have that luxury.
Mm-hmm. No, we don't.
And we fucked up.
We're also comparing ourselves to the rest of the league when we set the bar on bringing in these type of players.
Yep. Like listen. We have a lot. We're thick in the mud, right? So the fact that you think that we could be agile is dumb, because we can't be agile. Because look at our situation, right?
That's crazy to me, bro.
That's insane to me. How? Look at our situation. Look again. Look at the situation. But again,
we put ourselves in that situation.
Yes, sir. I agree. I concur. Like, and that's on Vanny, and that's also like legacy shit too. Like, I'm not saying Vanny's scot free. I'm just saying I don't think it's as simple as a lot of the rants that we're hearing right now. Super simplify some shit when it's not that simple. There is a lot of fault. That thing that should have been done more done.
100% of the blame. How do you disperse it, Rudy? I'm interested to see 100% of the blame, and you have ways to disperse it. What percentage falls on Vanny?
100% of it at the end of the season.
Right now,
none of it.
I mean, there still has to be something for you to hold after this.
No. Because it doesn't fucking matter 8 weeks in. It doesn't fucking matter 8 weeks in. It matters at the end of the season. At the end of the season, it's all on him, baby.
So now let me give you a hypothetical, because we're speaking hypothetical. At the end of the season, it's going to be a thing. At the end of the season, this happens. How far does he go?
Does he survive? Is that what you're asking me? That's the thing. If it's not hosting a playoff game again, if it's not looking to get into the conference final, then it's on him, because it's a step backwards again, right? And this is what we've been fighting.
But he could always fall back on, we had these sanctions.
Yeah. And I hope there's accountability there. Because again, like what you guys are saying is true. We found out about these sanctions in December, or at least publicly. I'm sure they knew prior to that, right? They made moves because they got rid of players that we didn't need. That we're paying for half Cabral's salary to open up spaces, right? But yet, the team that we have, the team that's going to play on Saturday, is the team that's going to play, like the roster we have right now.
Yeah,
Now,
we got nothing to do with it. Yeah.
What happens from now to the end of the season is really where, like, how we judge Vanny and how much blame does he take? Because if this team succeeds, then where's the blame?
Never.
By luck or not, by luck or by grit, by whatever it may be, like, it doesn't fucking matter, right?
Well,
because
it's not gonna
again,
be by luck.
Again, I'll take a fucking chip by luck, baby. If this team just fucking lucks his way to a chip,
I'll take it.
I'm gonna take it, and I'm gonna give fucking Vanny some flowers, because you gotta be lucky sometimes, baby. Trust me, I've been on the opposite end of that all the fucking time where we're not unlucky and shit, right? Again, like, listen, right now, and I understand it because it's lackluster, falls flat. It's to us. There's an eye test that this team is failing, and there's an easy fix if we get a winger. All that, all that is true.
It's just
Dave
it's
said
so
it,
it's
man.
so
That's
easy for
my
you to say
frustration is
that.
that he said it. My frustration is that Vanny has
Exactly.
every fucking press conference we get is winger.
My
Everything
issue-
that we hear.
So
is
that leads me
winger.
to believe that they tried. That
My
leads me to believe
issue-
that the intention was there. They fell flat trying to do it.
My issue is multiple targets this, multiple targets that. You failed every single one. Pathetic.
Because we didn't. Yeah, I agree.
Pathetic.
I fucking agree. But it doesn't mean shit right now. And especially doesn't mean shit after the glimpses that we saw. So let's get into this fucking game, because it only took us 40 minutes to get started on this conversation. But the Galaxy took on that Austin on what day was it? Saturday, when everything else was going on. And actually, we saw something different. At least something we wanted but didn't expect, right, in the lineup. And we came out with Klinsmann and goal, Calagueri, Neo, Cáceres, and Aude in the back. Sometimes Boyd, Delgado, Bruma, and Puch in the middle. Maybe with Boyd, Chicharito, and Joveljic also in there. It was a 3-5-2 supposedly, right, with Calagueri, Cáceres, Neo, and Cáceres. While Aude and Boyd were wide, the three in the middle and the two up top. Yeah, is that's at least what the initial shape was?
Yeah.
What are we thinking about Joveljic getting the start with Cheech up top?
Finally, we've been
Right?
asking this for last season. Last season, we've been yelling for this guy to start these two.
Listen, I know last week we ended up talking about, like, just be brave and do something. Right? I know we're all still left that segment being a little skeptical about Van actually doing it, but to see this, I wasn't mad at it. And also, like, pretty early on, it was apparent that they understood this formation, and it was nice to see. I was talking to you guys right before dinner. There was a lot of fluidity to this team, right? Starts in the back. It starts in the back where I think by default it looked like Aude had the nod to push up and be that winger down that wing, but Ricky would kind of move out to the wing. Aude would drop in, and then you have both Bruman and Delgado push up and Cáceres come in, and now your backline the backline was of Aude, Neo, and Calagueri. Cheech and Joveljic were constantly shifting, and one goes middle, one goes wide, one drops in. It was constant fluidity, and you saw it like within the first 15 minutes. I liked it. I mean, I liked it a lot. I even like what Boyd was doing. Boyd seemed like it fit him because he was starting from a little behind, so he has space to run in. I felt like he initially understood what the other players. He had connection with the other players, and it was a lot more movement with giving him the ball and moving. It was a lot early on with the movement with this formation. not. I gotta say, I was a little surprised, but I liked it. Give me thoughts.
I think you hit it with fluidity. I think this team did really well. I was surprised, but pleasantly surprised. I'm never the type that I want to see a team fail. So when I see the way that this team is playing this, I see the way that this team is passing the ball. It's one of those things. Is like this is all we've ever asked for. This is what we wanted, and it's working out well. Yeah. Listen, I'll continue to say it. Ricky's the heartbeat of this team. Brugman has a big component, and Mark, you have a big component on it because it makes space for him to play. They make space to have that freedom. They make space for him to have not to worry about the small things that they have to take care of. That's why, listen, I talked a lot of shit about this team 7 games prior, but whenever we said they're the best midfield in the MLS, I never argued you guys. Sure, I jabbed a little bit, but I never argued because 100%. This team doesn't have it together, but those three on any
They can
given day,
figure it
they're the
out.
greatest in the league. And that's not me just being a fan. That's me being a soccer fan and telling you, like, those three together, the midfield, are the best in this league on any given day when they play well.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We'll talk about it when we talk preview. But one of the three is gone from the game. I want to see what that looks like without one of the pieces. Masa, talk to me about this right here. I'm gonna spin it this way. Memo was out this game, right? And that allowed that space to be taken up by both Aude and Pooch. And for lots of times, like him not being there was noticed because there's a lot more movement of the ball in that area. What you see without Memo in that area and then seeing Pooch and seeing Aude take more of that general area?
To me, it was more than anything, it was all they being there. He understands that position. He knows when to push up. He fucking drops to defend. And he's never late when he has to cover his spot.
Yeah.
So it's just, to me, it's more him being there than Memo being out. And at the same time, going back to the formation, I still don't know how I feel about it. Like, it was fluid, yes, but I feel like we're losing like we're losing in a player, which is Calaguetti, going forward. I think he was, for the most part, playing center back,
Mm-hmm.
even though at times it was a 4-4-2. Like, I didn't get him pushing up a lot, and I feel like we lacked that. But at the same time, Tyler Boyd was putting in a shift on both ends that it was not really noticeable. To me, it's
I noticed
still,
it.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, and I think I mentioned it during the while the game was going on in the Discord. I still don't know how I feel about it. It worked, obviously, because, like George said, Austin is not the type of team to wait for you. They want to attack too, and I think it's gonna work against teams like that. I don't know if this formation works against teams that sit back and wait for us in the low block.
But see, like that's the beauty of it, right? Like that's why I really like this formation. And I gotta give a big nod to the defense for it too, because they know how to dance with each other, man. Calagetti's fucking disciplined. I know you said we liked them like go pushing up, but his discipline not to do that made Boyd look really good this game. To me, this is Boyd's best game. Because he played for the team. Like I get it. Like he scored against the Levas and he had a nice shot. Like so that's gonna be the highlight. But I think he played part of this team this game, and he looked good. And because Calagetti was fucking disciplined enough not to push up when he could, when we didn't have the numbers, it allowed that, right? I know you talk about how is this gonna work with a team who's more in the low block. Well, this team shifted into that 4-3-3 so many times without dropping a beat. Yeah. Right? And when you could do that, then the team is in low block can't keep up with you at that point. Right? Because you can hit them with a 3-5-2, you can hit them with a 4-3-3, you can hit them with a 4-2-2. And this team can move right now. Again, more than the result was good. The result was good. But seeing like how they seeing Calagetti, seeing like this team that resembles more of who our starting team should be. We'll talk about Costa right now. But like I can't bank on him. So like this is a team I expect to see more often. this team can move, man, and they understand each other. Like even the missed
They're
passes,
very
because
fluid. They're very, very, very fluid, and I take it.
and
But there's so much that it's out of our hands, and I do not like. And
how
we're
so
gonna
though?
talk about it, huh?
How so? How so? Because here I was waiting for somebody to say that because I don't. What I see with this team that I hadn't seen in prior teams when we had the problem with the team low block is the
Mhm.
fact that we'll go up and lose the ball, and then get hit by fouls, right?
So when I
Like if
say
this,
out of our hands, it's players coming through, and it's us staying
uh,
healthy. Consistently, this team is never gonna stay healthy. It's just the way that it goes in MLS. It's
okay,
just the way that it is. But when we
but
can't bank on that, and the and it's always you always have that next player up mentality, and I don't think we have that here. We have a good starting 11 on paper, which is great that plays together, and we've seen it when we take out one person and add another person. When we had Memo starting, we saw the difference that this team played with Memo starting.
and
So the next man up,
we and we also saw with another player come in and change it up again as well in the opposite spectrum of that, right?
in who?
In Costa,
Oh, okay, that's the biggest variable of this team.
I agree,
Biggest
100%.
tell me
But
tell me when's the last time you seen that man play this game
yeah, no,
in the season and a half that he's been here with the Galaxy?
100%. That's what
When?
that's why I said this is our starting lineup, like without Costa, because again, that's the problem, right? Listen, if we could bank on that Costa, then we wouldn't be talking about we need another winger, right? So like I'm all there with you. I'm not,
I
but I'm
think if
saying like
teams
the
banked on
same
that
thing.
Costa,
Those,
he would have still stayed in Europe.
yeah. But with this team, there's I hear what you're saying, but there's so much I like about this team because this team is connected in the way they want to play, and that I like because with that being said, I think that allows you to break other teams no matter what the formation or what their game plan is. The way these guys are collecting the ball, the way they're collecting the ball, the way they're winning the ball back, and the way they're passing the ball. The amount of passing and the accuracy in the passing, you could control any team with that, right? Now you score 2 goals in one game. Can we consistently do that? I think this team is straight if we could do that. Because we're gonna
You
hold
think
the
what?
ball. Because I think
Sorry?
this team is straight if we could do that. If we can score goals, we're gonna be straight because the team can control
Yeah.
the game against any team. Can you
Yeah.
can you find goals? That's now we gotta see, right? We got one game down. We scored 2 goals. Okay, let's move on. I like it, man. I again even in games that we took in L's, except for fucking for Houston because that was a complete meltdown. But most of the other games, I've taken things and I've said, Memo does this and kind of slows the game down and kind of stops our chances. I said the same thing about Boyd. When you take that out, you see a game that's fluid like this, right? It's not perfect. I think we should have won by more. If I'm going to be frankly honest, right? Because even in the first half, I think there was a few chances where I wish would have done more with it.
Uh-huh.
But if we could do what this team did against Austin on a consistent level, and this is not even their best, right? Because we saw moments versus Levas that was better, I believe, and we saw moments when Costa came in the second half that were a lot better. But if we keep the consistency we had, like in the first, 69 minutes before Costa and then came in.
Yep.
This again, I'm not gonna go out here and say like we're fucking contenders for a shield or anything like that, but this team is definitely not where we stand right now. Right, that's a whole lot better team than where we stand in the standings right now. Give me things that stood out in the first half. Anything, any player, any sequence of
Tyler
plays.
Boyd.
Ricky.
To me, first half's Tyler Boyd.
Talk to me about Tyler Boyd because again, I think he's the best game as a G so far.
Up until he got subbed out, I thought he was player of the game. For
He
me.
had kind of hard to beat Ricky out of there, but
yeah. Well, I mean, I think Tyler Boyd was still in when Ricky scored, if I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
mistaken. But prior to Ricky scoring, to me, Tyler Boyd was a player of the game because of his work, the work he put in on both ends of the field,
yeah,
attacking and on defense.
I
And
think he could make a big argument for a lot of players that do that. Because I could argue for Joveljic being player of the game as well for playing out of his position and needing to do what the team needed.
I mean, he didn't really play out of position.
Out of the norm of what we asked Joveljic to do.
But
Jovelic's
see-
a striker that scores. And he's always been that. He's always been the striker that makes a space for himself or finds position into cuts that could finish the ball. That's what we want from Joveljic, and that's what we needed.
But you know
Now
what?
we're adding a player like Chicharito that makes the runs that we need Joveljic to do. There was a lot of the times where we argued that these two players can't be on the same field because they make the same run. And for that not to even be an issue in this game, because he's playing a position that helps out the team as opposed to growing pains. Listen, it might have taken him some time to learn this and understand this, but he's doing something that he's not accustomed to. When we put those two players up in the past, they never started this way, but whenever they put those two players in the past and they played together, a lot of the argument was that they make the same runs and we can't play them. We make the same runs, we can't play them. They do the same thing, In this game, and I'm not the biggest Joveljic fan. I've sat here and told you guys he's not a starter. He's not a starting striker for the Galaxy. You guys were arguing very hard for him if saying that Chicha if he were to leave. The fact that he played out of position, or not out of position, but out of his norm, I give big ups to him.
But see,
he's
like,
doing something that he's not used to.
I gotta argue that, right? I gotta argue that because he's used to this. Like, this is something they practice because of the way they move, because of the way they touch the ball, because the way he sets them up for that goal. Like this, what they did is from the practice. Like the way they play is from the practice.
He's used to. That's not the type of player he is. They practice on it. Yeah, I'm not taking that away. That it's not something that just came out of nowhere. But he has had to grow accustomed to this position.
Yeah, but same thing with Boyd though, right? And with Boyd is like very visible because I've been on him and saying I don't like him. I don't think I think he slows the game down. I think he takes too many touches, yada yada yada, whatever I've been saying. And then this game he figured it out. And again, it might have been information. It might have been like knowing the fact that like Caligari like was disciplined and was having his back. But he did a lot of things good. Again, he still does. He still has some moments where I believe he holds the ball on for too long. But he did a lot of good things, man. And he uses his quickness into the spaces and made the defense like have to shift and have to fall back often. I'm agree with you, myself. Like I think not to me. I think Pooj is still like fucking ridiculous, and still, to me, still like man of the match even prior to his goal, just because of the way like he sees the game and the way he moves and the way like he just constantly like at it, like but Boyd to me like definitely stood out for me, definitely in the first half because I felt like he helped the team out a lot, like, and he helped with that balance in that side, right? Because the left side was often populated by Awude, who again I'm gonna give his flowers to in a minute, and Pooch, who is our heartbeat, like George mentioned. So shout out to Boyd for sure. Like that was good to see. And it's really good to see him like kind of understanding what we're looking for out of him and trying to show and trying to give some of that, right? And creating chances. I like it. How they too, like I know you mentioned it myself, but like you know what I'm super impressed with? I'm super impressed on his IQ. To know when to make an easy pass back or easy pass to the outlet, and when he can take a touch and cut inside, and when he can let the ball run and move out. Like, kid's smart, man. Kid is smart, and that's all I need. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure he's gonna fuck up at one point or another.
Yeah.
But he's smart, and giving him the opportunity, I think he's gonna make the right choice more often than not out in the wing, and I like it. And he's smart. Like his touches is pretty precise too. That's another good, at least so far, right? 2 games in or game and a half in, he's looking the part. I like that signing.
Just bank on it already. Sign on it.
There was somebody who made a mistake, who we're not accustomed to, at least so far.
But it was coming though.
Yeah, it had to, right? Like
it had to be done.
That was kind of scary though, right? Like early on in the first half, I think we were still 0-0. I think it was like 20 minutes in or something like that. There's a little bit of break where Neo gets in front of the pass. Miscommunication for sure, because either Klinsmann didn't yell hard enough or Neo was like completely in his zone.
We have a goalie and we have a defender on the pod right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm
a defender. Masa, on a miscommunication, what do you do if you don't understand?
I'll kick it to the sideline. I'll kick it for a corner.
Goalie.
Yep. I'm mad as fuck if you kick it back at me though. You boot that shit wide, baby. Boot that shit wide. Okay. And it's funny, we talked about this shit right when it happened at your crib. Yeah. Right. And that was the sentiment is. And the thing about it, he's smart, right? So I know he always looks up. He always looks at where he's getting a pass. If you're not sure of that, man, Put it out to the side.
Yeah.
Reset. Shout out to fucking Klinsmann, because like what happened there is not an easy thing to get out of, right? Like the pass kind of he misses the initial pass and it bounces off of him. And then
he
able to-
closes his legs. He closes his legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has like a deflection.
Closes heel. Yep.
Yeah, and it has deflection of his leg, and then it bounces aside. Still has enough to kind of force himself up and get to the ball first and clear it out. Shaky stuff though, right? Like that again, not what I'm using. And again, I didn't see it at all for the rest of the game. But there it is. Like, yeah.
Shout out to that though.
Listen, it's something that we don't want to see because it's a simple soccer play that we hope that you could do better because you're a professional soccer player. We're going to hold you to the standard. We're going to hold you to the standard. But as much as shit we're going to give you, big ups to you being able to understand that was a mess up and not let it get to your head and keep going.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of the youth. I'm not a big fan of the youth. I've always been out here saying it. Listen, not a huge fan of the youth. This is the one player that's shut me up, and I'll take it. And every week I'll come on here on the pod and tell you guys I was wrong.
And he's killing it.
Hey, but these type of plays is we don't need. These type of plays, you got to be smarter and learn from it. That's it.
But again, like you saw last week with Koulibaly come in and give a bad pass, like his initial pass was bad, and that fucked up for the rest of the game. I mean, obviously, I'm sure conditioning, everything, plays a part. But the fact that Neil like brushed it off, like immediately put his hands up, yeah, that's on me, fucked up, whatever, and then shake it off and have a hell of a game. He's rated 7.5 from who scored, which is the highest for a defender. Right, tells you the caliber of game that Neil's playing right now. So. Shout out to him. All that being said, though, like I think Galaxy had like definitely the better of the half. In all aspects, I'm not saying that they brushed Austin aside, but I think they had the better of everything, both defensively and offensively. But it's 0-0 at the half.
Yep.
A little disappointing. Kind of want to, obviously, especially not knowing how this game was gonna end. Like you want to see the team fucking get going. It didn't. It had to wait until second half. Second half starts. No changes in the team.
Yep.
But here we go. Right. Like again, I think the Galaxy still had the same type of mentality they had in the first half of still playing their game and controlling it. Ball, maybe not the cleanest. It ends up in Jovelic's feet, and he ends up putting a ball to Cheech. So just kind of rolls it between the defense. Sets him up on 1v1, and Cheech gets it. Right. I think in the first half, I think he looks for the same shot he took against Levas that missed, the same shot he took in the first half that went over, and then he finally fucking gets it, right? He rocks it, but with really good placement, hits I believe it hits the roof of the net, back of the net, 1-0. Cheech scores his fucking first goal. Link up by Joe, which is, again, you can't underrate that fucking pass because that pass just fucking shits on the whole defense. All right, sets up Jody for a 1v1. And it finished 1-0, man. That's the goal we needed to. The way it came out, the pass, the guy who gave the pass, who finished it, the way he finished it, like that's that play we needed because it was the product of good play in general.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It wasn't one of those goals that we've been getting that bounces somebody and ends up with an easy shot or luck or whatever deflection. No, it was like a legit product of a good play. 1-0, Galaxy up. You gotta feel good, right? Like, you gotta feel good. Fucking Jovelik to Cheech and a goal. Okay, yeah, it feels good.
Your two forwards connecting. One forward connecting with a pass that's unselfish. The fact that he saw it beforehand. The play came from a broken play with Ricky, and he kind of fell and poked it over. And his first initial thought was move over to the side and put it into the space. Cheech running even on a broken play is insane to me. This is what we bring you in for. This is what we have you for. Shout out to Jovelek, Cheech for finishing. This is what you take. This is what we've been wanting. This is the 4-4-2 with two starters that we've been asking for a very long time.
Yeah. 54th minute, 1-0, Galaxy up. In the 61st, and I know the minute because I'm looking at it, but like Boyd takes a yellow card. Can I say I was happy with the yellow card? Because he stops a play.
He takes
Yeah.
see, that's what I like about Tyler Boyd as well. Same play last week. We bigged up Julian Alde.
Yeah. Yep. Same
Same
thing.
foul. Just knowing when to commit fouls to stop a dangerous or a possibly dangerous play, right? Because
Yeah.
obviously you don't know where
Yep.
it's going, but you sense danger and you react to it. It's
Yeah.
about fucking time we have players like this, bro.
No.
We have a handful of players like this. I know Caligari will do this shit. I know Julian Aldo will do this shit. I definitely know Brugman's doing this shit, and I know that fucking Tyler Boyd now will do this shit.
Yep. Costa is doing that too if he needs to. Like, yeah. So happy about that yellow card. I love the fact that he recognized that. And again, like, I'll take that all day. Right. I don't think Boyd is going to be a player who's going to get many yellow cards. Although I kind of glanced
He got
over
a
it.
little dog in him. Arr, arr, arr.
Yeah. But also, like, I kind of forgot to mention this. 3 minutes in, a late stomp from Pooch gets him a yellow card.
Oh, yeah.
man.
So George
I mean,
says,
it's
hold on. George says, like, oh, yo, it's really early for him to get a yellow card. I say, nah, it's all good. It's Pooch. It doesn't matter. He's not gonna get another yellow. So I brushed that yellow off, dog. Like, not a thing. We were at his crib and there's drinks flowing and we're conversating. So I didn't necessarily hear the fact that he was gonna get that he had the yellow card
you guys
accumulation.
watched it in English or Spanish?
Spanish.
Spanish, yeah. But yeah, so like, I didn't even realize that he had he had yellow card accumulation until halftime.
Yeah, me neither. I think they failed to mention till halftime.
Maybe okay, maybe that's what it is. Because I didn't. Excuse me, I didn't catch that at all. Point is, shout out to Boyd again. Dope game, even in the defensive end, even taking that yellow card. A couple minutes after there, we get a really nice breakaway. We have Cheech running down the middle, I believe. I'm not sure. Cheech or Joveljic went down running down the middle, and Pooch bombing down the left hand. The ball is
the ball down the middle. Broken play by Markey going down the right, and Weesh on the left.
So here's the thing, right? Like I like Delgado a lot. I don't necessarily want him to be the one carrying the ball in that breakaway. So when I see it, I'm like, oh, like let's do something here because it's, we have a good shape here, we have good numbers here. Look who's attacking, but I'm not necessarily, I'm not necessarily like super confident because it is Delgado carrying the ball. But I was wrong. Because he puts in a real good ball, though, with nice curve to fall into Puch's Puch's way. And that kid just makes it look too easy, though. It takes one touch to get control of the ball. Continues on his stride, sets up, opens up the hip, puts it inside. Goalie ain't getting there. Goalie ain't moving really. 2 up. Again, another goal the way you want to see it, right? Because that's product of their play. That's what they're looking for.
Good defensive shape, broken up play, counter attack. Let's go to the races.
Yep. And again, now we have in a Puig being a DP, maybe only by title. Like, you want to see it though, because right now we have two of our DPs in the scoring sheet.
That his first goal this season?
That is his first goal this season.
I'm so happy, bro.
That's his first, stat in production in the production fucking columns. So yeah, and he deserves it too, man. Again, he's been not for lack of trying, but just kind of been coming up short. But we got it, man. Like 2-0 up, and team is looking good. Austin does not have an answer for anything we're proposing.
Son hijos de puta.
Yeah, low key. I mean, look, we're just kind of dominating over the history of the managers we've been playing against them. Point is, 69th minute, we have some changes. Out goes Joveljic, out goes Boyd, in comes Daniel Aguirre, in comes Douglas Costa. In comes Douglas Costa to some booze, apparently. I didn't hear that in transmission, but it was everywhere to some booze. Give me thoughts. He's coming in.
I love the fans at the stadium for giving him that hit.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily listen, we're all supporters. Let me preface by saying that, but not the most vocal when it comes to those people that are non-supporters group. But for you to feel that hate and for you to feel that passion, the fact that we do, seeing from the outside, seeing from the TVs, and just the frustrations of what we're going through when that shit happens, you guys feel it as well. So shout out to you guys at the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't been said. I didn't know that he got booed until I think a couple of days after I saw it on Twitter and I saw a live video of him being booed. I take that shit any fucking day, any day, because our players need to be held accountable and they need to understand if you're not going to hear it in the locker room, if your coach is not going to tell you something, your players are going to say something, the fans should be able to tell you something. Cabral had a lot of that shit last year. Sally, he wasn't able to step it up, and he wasn't able to handle it, not handle it, but he wasn't able to produce to the point where we wanted him to, and he got a lot of the boost.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I
And
appreciate
this guy,
everybody at the stadium that booed this motherfucker.
this guy tells you even more so, man. I mean, right after a week after when we were covering the Houston game, I said I never wanted to see him in the fucking G's uniform again. I never wanted to see him in the bench. I never wanted to see him in the
I
field
still
again.
don't.
And then after his performance, even more so, and I'm gonna get to that right now. But he's coming in, and it irks me, man. It just fucking irks me, right? And I'm with you. I didn't hear about this. Masa, thoughts on him coming in?
I was chilling.
Yeah.
I mean,
Dale, verga.
we're up 2-0. I don't see how he fucks that up.
Yeah.
You know?
But that shouldn't be your mentality. Your mentality shouldn't be he's about to come in. He's not gonna fuck it up enough to
Yeah.
enough to.
No, because I mean,
We might lose it.
No. Hold on, because he's a DB player. He's a DP player.
As stupid as it sounds,
mentality
I
shouldn't be.
don't think. How do I say this?
Because that could have been Efra then.
No, that's different.
No, it's not.
100%
Because Efra's not gonna fuck it up as much as either.
Efra definitely gonna fuck that shit up.
No.
Because I know
Yeah.
that as crazy as this shit sounds, I feel like Douglas Costa still has something left in the tank.
How? Well, I mean, prior to him playing, right? Prior to him playing.
Prior to him playing,
You're gonna get me pissed off.
Probably. I'm not saying I'm banking on this motherfucker.
No, fuck.
I'm not saying all that, but I feel like in a situation where the team is winning, the vibes are good. I feel like he's not gonna be as bad as.
So the stars need to align for him to be able to produce what the fuck just happened,
bro. If you're asking me, I don't want this motherfucker on the team either. I would easily buy him out.
Listen,
but he said like,
we're here making excuses for Ricky. We're here making excuses for DP.
I'm not gonna be stressing over this shit. I'm not gonna be stressing over something that's out of my control.
We have to.
All right. Well, then you be fucking.
So you're telling me,
what do you want me to tell you?
So you're telling me Danny puts him in the starting 11, and then what if Danny starts?
All right. Hold on. So let's actually move it forward, right? Because like, just initial reaction was that, right? To me, I was like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like, we're winning 2-0. Like, why bring him in? Oh man, I don't like it. I don't want to see him in the team again. So I'm like, whatever about this. Like, fuck this, right? We're up 2-0. But he comes in and holy fuck, dog. This is why I hate this man so fucking much. I hate this man, dog. I don't know what. I mean, maybe fucking. I don't know who's the last player I hate so much like this, dog. Like, who's our player, but like this guy just fucking drives me nuts because he's. Like, almost immediately, there's one play that he does. It comes out to him, and he one touches it like a nice flick over to Pooch. Pooch with the same kind of quality, like one touch bombs it down the wing. And then you see the pace this man has, right? And we've seen pace from Raheem, and we've seen pace from Cabral. But then they lack something when they get there, right? Like this man doesn't. This man gets to the ball and he's composed, and he could do an amagi here and look for space, and he looks dangerous as soon as he's on the fucking ball. I mean, Austin, like, literally the whole team shifted with that one play with him, right? From the jump. And that's the winger we've been missing. That's the winger that we needed to bring in this summer or this transfer window, right? That's him. And he's right there, but we can't bank on him doing this. Like definitely not week in, week out. Like, I don't like this is the first time we've seen George, you said it, right? The first time we've seen in a season and a half or however long he's been with us. That we've seen actually, like, and it wasn't just that single play. Like, I think the time he played, he showed that he's quality.
Oh.
And I'm talking about like team changing quality, bro. Not Tyler Boyd quality. Different.
Let Vanny come out in an interview and say that this man is a new player, so that says basically a new signing too.
I don't bank on this. Like I can't bank on him. I just can't. Like there's no way. Like I think I'm a sane human being, so there's no way I could like put any kind of worth to that performance in the last 20 minutes, right? But you saw it though. You fucking saw it. You fucking saw the quality, man. And imagine him linking up with the rest of that midfield and with Cheech and with Jovic or with Boyd on that tip, on that energy, on that level. I mean, this team is different with that shit.
But isn't that the status quo for this fucking team? We've always had this.
No.
That...
I get all that. I get all that. But I'm talking about right now. This team,
the Galaxy. Yeah, I mean, but isn't that kind of status quo for these type of fucking players that come in and we say whenever you turn it up, this team could be very different. It is the Gio dos Santos. The
Gio was never that good. No.
Gio had the possibility to be that great, and he showed.
No. But you need a lot of things for him to happen, right? Gio needed the space, and he needed it to land on the left foot so he could do magic for us. Right?
What's Costa doing?
Look at what he did. And again,
he had space.
No, he created that space.
Right? Ricky gave you that space.
Okay, but we have that for us, right? And he's constant, so we're not going to complain about like you don't have somebody to do that for him. He's there.
Then I would argue that Costa has more in his favor.
100%. 100%. Like he has that midfield can unlock shit for him. No. Like, so, listen, that's why I fucking despise this man. Because it's taking our money. He has the ability to do what the fuck we need him to do, but he won't, and he's not. And we need a winger, and we have one, but he can't fucking put his shoes on and fucking play for us like that.
Hey, shout out to Eddie. He's live at the bar, drunk, and he's on the chat. Hey, Eddie, send me a picture of you taking a shot, and I'll pay for it. All right, keep going. Listen, it pisses me off because it takes for the booze. I want to say a lot of that came from his booze because right after, let's talk about his post. Let's talk about the post. His post was it's more of a it rubbed me the same way that Vanny's noise and us versus them mentality came on. But I think that Vanny's mentality is us versus them is more of a team as a collective. Douglas Costa is more of a fuck you, it's me versus everybody. Not even the team. Fuck the team too. It's me versus everybody.
Like,
and it's more of a
fuck you.
Here you go.
Fuck you.
That should irk you guys the wrong way.
I don't give a fuck about this guy, dog.
What did it do to you? What did it do to you?
I don't give a fuck about this guy no more, dog.
Nothing.
What did it do to you?
I like it.
I don't give a fuck about this. Hell no, dog. You can't like that
bugging.
shit.
You're bugging, Masa.
You can't like this shit.
I
dog.
like that from a player though.
Nah, hell, dog. For my team, after you did that shit on my team, I'm not. Fuck that. No. You have no accountability. No, I am. Because this is the same shit we're talking about with Klein. No accountability. This motherfucker can do this shit and then say, whatever it was, like from both sides, like the booze. Now, fuck off, dog. Like, you deserve this booze. There's a reason you're being booed. And it's not only because you don't play for us.
I'm not mad at the booze. I'll boo that motherfucker too.
Yeah,
I'm mad at
but this motherfucker don't give a fuck.
I'm mad at his reaction. His reaction of "fuck your booze, look what I can do," and then that's it.
Yeah, no, I can't do this, dog. If that's a fucking slap in the face, because like again, not only is that right, but it's a combination of all last season you playing 5 games or whatever the fuck it was, being out all the start of this fucking this season. Coming in your first game and doing that shit, not being able to be humble enough to understand that like where this club is at, where the fan base is at, and your actions, and you do nothing about it, and that's your fucking attitude. Fuck off, nah. But again, he comes in and he does what he did for 20 minutes. He could do that for 90 minutes constantly. I want that. I don't know if we could achieve that with him. I'm being honest, but I want that though. Because that shit was fucking different, bro.
But you're not gonna bank on it.
You can't. I put no value on it.
And Benny's praying for it, but it's not. Listen, as long as we boo this man for the rest of the season, then maybe he might turn up. But he
He'll get
has
tired
such
of
an
that shit
ego
too.
on him. He has such an ego on him.
Yeah, no, I'm done. It's unfortunate too because you saw what he do. Zavaleta gets some minutes in the 88th. You got Judd and Yuri coming in the 90th for some garbage minutes. 2-0 G's win. Man, 3 points. 3 points. A really good game in my opinion. Obviously the best game we played this season because we won. And we won in a convincing fashion. There's a lot I like about this. Flash in the pan. Or is this like you're gonna start a run? We'll see. We'll see. Give me any closing thoughts on this game.
Shit, I hope we do it again.
Jonathan Klinsman is good again. We're not talking
Fair.
about it, but
Yeah.
So many reaction
I want to
blocks
give
in
him
the
his
first half.
flowers.
Yeah.
Still on a broken finger. Still leaving it all out there, and shout out to Klinsman again. Back to back.
We
weeks.
appreciate you. We don't give you a lot of shit because there's not enough. It's like a defender. Whenever you do your job right and we don't say much about you, you're doing great. But we appreciate you a lot because it could be really bad. There's been years where we've had a starting goalkeeper and then we go to our second goalkeeper. And it's like, fuck, here we go again. But the fact that we don't skip a beat, good shit, Jonathan.
I mean, you understand we haven't really given him shit even when we've taken multiple goals against us, right? And we usually we talk shit to keepers. We're not talk shit, but we call things out on keepers when we take dubs and we let goals in, right? Like the fact that like he's gotten multiple goals in and none of them we feel like it's really his fault or something we could bring up says a lot about it, especially because we talk a lot of shit. So,
not me.
Shout out, definitely not you. Never. Shout out to Kingsman. I'll just bring this up again, right? I'm telling you, like their passing is ridiculous. 577 passes to 340 passes of Austin, with 89% passes accuracy.
Hey Masa, hold up. Now that you say that, Rudy, there was a stat that that they read during the game, and Brugman's #1 in pass accuracy in the MLS.
MLS.
So shout out to
500.
you.
500.
But bigger shout out to you because one of those passes was to LAFC, pussy.
Masa, 89% pass success. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, insane.
62% possession. Again, like listen, these matter when you win.
100%.
When you don't win, you did all that shit for nothing, right? These matter when you win, and I like it. Like this is what you want to see, right? We've seen some of the passing, we've seen some of the success in the passing and some of the possession, but we haven't seen the result. We finally see all that end result with both Chicharito and Pooch fucking scoring. I mean, like that's what you want for a fucking home game, right? That's exactly what you want for a home game. Let's see if they can repeat it. Although this weekend we do go away to Orlando. And you guys been catching up with Orlando?
I saw like the first couple of 2 games, but that's been it.
They got whooped on this weekend at home.
Did they?
Against DC United 3-1.
Let me see, because okay, they're average, right? They lost with Charlotte, beat Philly, lost versus Nashville, beat Minnesota, lost versus DC.
They lost last week, so they're winning this week.
Chill, they're drawing. That's what they need in there. They are at home. And Orlando's sitting ninth in the East, where we sit. Orlando says ninth in the East. I don't want to talk about where we sit.
Say it, baby.
Say it, baby.
I don't want to say it. We sit 13th in the West with 6 fucking points. Jesus fucking Christ. I told you I don't want to read that. What are we thinking here, boys? Right? Like their team let some goals in. I think they've let goals in every single one of their matches. They also scored in every single one of the matches except for one. Who we liking from the team? I say, you got anybody from Orlando that we should be worried about?
Facundo Torres. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's creative mid.
He's like a winger, kind of wide player. wouldn't really say creative. Both their white players are really good. Ojeda, Torres, their goalkeeper, obviously.
As your guy, huh?
Oh shit, yeah, the goalkeeper.
Gaesi. Ojeda and
Yeah,
Torres. Yeah, I mean, everything else looks bang average, but
it's a
I mean, I
bad.
think those are the strong points.
Yeah, see, like I'm with you. I think I look at it. I mean, the stats tell you. I look at this team and it's an average ass team. Um, against another less than average ass team though, which is the Galaxy with one win in their season. Um, but in reality though, right? Like here, let's talk about it because it's Klinsmann at goal. That's not changing.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be
Yep.
Calagueri. It's gonna be Aude. It's gonna be Neo, and it's gonna be Cáceres. I don't think that's going anywhere. It's gonna be Delgado. It's gonna be Brugman. And who's gonna make my third piece in that midfield? Who's coming in to play that cam position?
That one's
Who do
easy.
I want,
All
or
for
who do I
me.
think?
I don't know. You
Who do
tell
I
me.
want? I want Aguirre to play that.
You want to get it to play there?
Ooh,
So give Brugman the freedom. You think?
Yeah, yeah. Give Brugman the freedom. Who do I think it's gonna be? I think they're putting Memo.
Massa.
I think it's gonna be a Memo.
Who do you want?
No one playing a 4-4-2.
Where's
I
Orlando?
mean, there's still another midfielder you got to be in there though.
No,
Oh, you're playing with Markey and
playing with Marcus Brugman flat.
Why?
Sheesh.
Why,
Why?
not?
You
Because
seen
he played in
you
a
seen how they
4-4-2.
move? But you seen how they move?
Playing a 4-4-2.
You
Yeah,
seen
with
how
Ricky
Brugman
Puig.
and them?
With Ricky Puig in the field.
Okay, no, it doesn't matter though. You can't. You're not. You.
So
I don't think because I don't think.
doing then?
I think Brugman carries for Pooch. I think you're looking to fill Brugman's role, which
Puig
is
not there.
that's what I'm saying. I think Brugman is the one who gets to create the creative pass to move around
So
the field.
you throw in
That's that's where I'm thinking at. That's where I'm looking at. Like who comes in and plays that.
the middle.
I don't think. Again, I the results not been there. I don't think this team has played bad in most games, and it's been a variation of the 3-5-2 or 4-3-3. I wouldn't
What's
move away
the-
from there.
So George? Who's the heart and soul of this team?
Ricky.
He's
Puig.
not there.
Yeah,
So I'm adjusting.
nah, you don't have to though, because Brugman, here, Delgado and Brugman, enough to dominate Orlando, right? I think Aguirre might be the call. It might be Memo just because he's played often, but I think Aguirre might be the call, and you have Aguirre and you have Aguirre and Delgado
So
play
tell
the
me
role.
your lineup. I want to hear it. I wanna
Yeah,
know.
yeah. So it's again, Delgado Brugman is not going anywhere, but I think you include Aguirre. You include Aguirre and he plays a little more drop, while you have Brugman have full creative power to kind of move around the field. I think it's Puch, not Puch. I think it's Joveljic, Chicharito, and Boyd. Just like that, just the way we came out. They're looking to play the same thing we played against Austin, where it's that constant shifting of a 3-5-2, a 4-4-2, and a 4-3-3, depending on where the attacking options go. And again, I like the fact that they have that fluidity. What you guys say? Nah, you say 4-4-2, Masa. What's your 4-4-2 look like then?
Same defensive backline. Aude, Neo, Cáceres, Calagueri. My two holding midfielders is Delgado and Brugman. Right midfielder is Tyler Boyd. I have to play Douglas Costa from the jump, bro. And Joveljic and Chicha up top. I'd much rather play that than have Memo on the field.
What about Aguirre? Aguirre came on. Aguirre's been coming on.
I mean, yeah, you can put him wherever you. I mean, I don't. I'm a big fan of Aguirre, bro. I'll play him wherever, but
I just don't see how you put it. How you trust Costa for 90 minutes though, or not even 90 minutes, or how you trust Costa to start the game. He's such a fucking loose cannon. I wouldn't start him. But again, maybe Vanny. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they offered him more money or something. I don't know what the fuck they did, and he's the committed. I don't know what the fuck. But like, how do I just don't understand how you trust him.
How do we attack without Ricky Pooch?
Brookman, bro. I promise you, Brookman. I promise you, Brookman.
We were struggling when Brugman was here prior to Ricky Pooch.
Yeah. But that team looked different. Stop playing me, Masa. Brookman looked different, though. Stop playing me. This year, Brookman. Last year, when Brookman first came in, we looked at him more as a defending midfielder or CM. Look.
You got here, bro.
Yeah. But he hadn't been expressing himself creatively like he is this season. He's been unlucky not to have 2 or 3 goals already because he's placing his balls correctly.
Bro,
he's lucky not to have 2 or 3.
Go back and hear me say this shit. Deep line midfielder. Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed.
Yes, it has. He's touching. He's further up the field. He's further up the field most of the fucking time.
Ricky Pooch is here, and in this game, Ricky Pooch is not here.
Yes,
that's the difference.
Yeah, but
why would I with Memo or an extra somebody?
Here. But the only reason Ricky Pooch works is because there's movement in front of him, right? Because when we had Memo and we had Boyd not moving, it doesn't work. Pooch is balling out, but it doesn't work.
But Pooch moves a lot. We agree, right there.
Yeah. I think at a less active role, Brugman can do the same. Yep. Right. I think he can do the same. And I think he needs a lot more support with people running around him. But I think he do the same, and I think he plays the fucking ball too. Right? Maybe not doesn't have the same vision that Pooch has, because Pooch is fucking ridiculous, but he has the right touch.
I'll play either there. Because when he did play last year against New England, he fucking scored when he pushed up. So I know he can fill that role. Maybe not as well as Ricky Pooch, but Daniel Aguirre will put in a shift regardless where he plays.
Yeah.
Regardless the game. So yes. You're right.
Here,
I'll play that.
I could tell Nagbo's been drinking, dog. I could tell Nagbo's been drinking because we have Brian Lobos talking about Ricky can easily default heart of the team to Boyd.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Nagbo's a wilding, and I love y'all, but you wilding for that. George, you have any other thoughts on lineup other than
I honestly don't know. It's one of those things where it comes to whenever we have our starting 11 that's set in stone, I still don't know what the fuck Vanny's gonna put out for this team. I hope the back line stays the same with goalie. As far as midfield, I'm gonna think that Boyd starts on one side. I think Douglas Costa gets the nod just based off what he did. Yeah, because Vanny said, listen, Cabral, same thing that we've been doing with Cabral last season when it's like there's no way. And sure enough, there was a way. I'm banking Douglas Costa as one of Vanny's boys just because I understand you're the coach and you have to praise these players, but after so much, you have to say something. He's going to start them. And I think we go with Joveljic and Cheech up top. If not Joveljic and Cheech up top, I think we're going with one striker up top, and we're doing the Aguirre, Markey, Aguirre, Markey, and Brugman in the midfield. So we're going with a kind of like a 4-5-1.
I hope not, man. Like, because that closes us down, man. Like, that's when we become stagnant and don't find a space. You don't agree with me?
Yeah. I don't think that closes it down.
No?
Nah. Remember, maybe it's not a 4-5-1 like George said, but it's like a same shit. 4-2-3-1.
Yeah.
Whatever. 4-4-3-3, whatever. We missed a shitload of chances in that formation. But chances missed in that formation is chances missed in any formation.
Yeah, but we also had like I think what was it, like 18 shots with 11 blocked because we weren't finding clear shots, right? Like we're finding a lot of traffic in them because we don't have the space. We're not opening them up. Again, similar to what we've seen the last couple of games with other teams because of the personnel. more than anything else, right? Especially now with Pooch there, they can really thread the needle like that.
But I can see George being on the money on this
Keep going.
because
I'd like to hear this.
I feel like we control the game better in that formation.
I don't know.
And I had this discussion with Gio on the Discord. It's like we've only lost in that formation due to individual errors. And
That's the
mistakes
whole
are mistakes.
season.
Mistakes are mistakes in any formation. But we do control the game better, and we're away from home. We're probably trying to get a draw, not really playing for a win.
You have to.
How
though,
I feel.
man.
Why? It's an East Coast team. It's a fucking 5-hour flight, 6-hour flight. If you could get a point away from home there, that's a good point.
We're
You're
not.
better
We're not. We're not in a position where we're just a point is okay enough.
Yeah, man.
I understand that. A point away from home is still a point away from home, though.
But
No,
but
it's
I don't
not.
I don't
No,
think
it's
that's a
not.
mentality though. I don't think that's a mentality. I'm listen. These people gonna try to back up that dub with another dub, right? And that's the only
I
reason
hope
why
so.
why I subscribe. Why I subscribe to why I subscribe to the thought that those Costa might go from the jump because of that, right? I don't like it. I don't trust it. I hope I don't see it, but there is part of me who sees the sense in that. Man, you know it's crazy. I'm usually the one that likes to buy into like the fairy tale of all stories coming to our players. You know what I mean? Chicharito return from injury, yada yada yada. Like I buy into shit. This is not one that I'm buying in for shit, dog. I can't make myself buy into fucking dudes close turning around and being
You
somebody.
won't make me.
Yeah, I can't, dude. I promise. Like I just
The
I
Kool-Aid
can't.
they some
Not enough Kool-Aid, dog. Not enough fucking Kool-Aid for that shit. Just I don't see, I don't hope, but I see. Logically, it makes sense that he might start, and if that makes somewhat sense, I guess. I don't know, man. Point is, I want to see a dub here against Portland. Not subscribing to the thought that we go out there and get a draw or look for a draw. I think we go out there and we'll take a dub. I'm gonna say it's 3-1 with 2 goals from Chicharito and 1 from Brugman outside of the box.
Fuck. I'm going 2-1 Galaxy win, first of the season for me.
Who's going for you, George?
Cheech is going both.
I'll take that. Masa, how much are we gonna lose by?
We're winning 3-0, dog. Douglas Costa hat trick. So fuck yeah.
You fucking trolling, son. You don't believe that shit or not. You trolling as fuck.
I already told you what I believe. Baby.
You trolling as fuck. I don't like you no more.
Nah, we're winning 2-1. But I do think Douglas Costa scoring one. So
again,
I don't know who scores.
Nah, but I don't believe it. But I'll take it.
I mean,
I'll take anything. I'll take
free kick. No motherfucker's gonna score.
I'll take it. I'll take 3 fucking on goals and dub. I don't give a fuck. I'll take it. Dog, man. Let's wrap this shit up. Do we have any fucking questions? We've been on for way too long. I thought we were gonna be shorter episode.
Glenn wants to know, out of the 3 DPs, which is the all-time soju flavors?
Well, actually, so
Yogurt has to be one of them.
All right, so yogurt's your top. Masa, what's your favorite fucking soju? So we established.
So I drank soju today, probably for the first time that I remember. So the green apple.
The green apple. I'm gonna go with the white grape or the green grape, whatever it is. That's my favorite. So I fuck with that.
So grape, green apple, and yogurt, undefeated.
All right. Now that we got that established, who's your yogurt, George?
Who's my yogurt?
Yeah. If a player from this team is your
Ricky.
Makes sense. Masa,
I got the easy way out. Easy one out. Yeah, I'm sorry for you guys.
Yogurt?
No.
Not
your favorite flavor, DP. I already picked my yogurt is a Ricky.
DP?
Yeah. So you said your
player.
Your player.
So who's your green apple?
I don't want to do fucking.
Do your player. Do your player.
Julian Alde. I'm biased as fuck. That's my boy.
Already,
As your
For a
DP?
long time. I don't.
Hey,
I said I'm picking my player. I'm
player.
not doing the fucking DP. Julian Alde or Gaston Brugman.
Brugman, that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Brugman. I'm not going with DP.
So
but
I'll stick Alde. I'll stay.
I'm going with Brugman. I legit think Brugman. Pooch. Actually, what George said, who's the heartbeat of the team? I said Pooch, but I follow that up with Brugman. So that's why I'm less concerned about Pooch being out. Any other questions? That's it. Please tell me that was it.
No, Discord. That was it.
Because that was it. Masa, you on socials? You on the Twitter? Do we have anything on Twitter before we close out? Because I know we didn't post up on Instagram this week.
Yeah, I'll let you know right now, though.
Hey, Gloria, you tripping though, man? Have you had the grape soju? That's just fire.
No
Is-
Absolutely
questions
not.
on Twitter. Thank
No
you.
question. Dope. Yeah, grape soju is fire. By the way. That being said, it's another episode of Straight from the Stands. I'm Boy Rudy. I'm on Twitch. I'm on Twitter. I'm on the gram.
Follow me at Los Angeles Clippers.
Follow me on Bookie is a bitch. Peace, love, and Jesus.
Good night, y'all. Peace, man.